Hey everyone, Stephanie Robilio here, licensed clinical social worker, published author, and the chief clinical officer at Agape Behavioral Healthcare, and you are tuning into the Stephanie Robilio podcast, your go-to resource for transforming your mental health and overall wellness. Hi beautiful ones, and welcome back. Today we are going to get right to it, dive into what is self-help. So, self-help is exactly what it sounds like. It's helping yourself. It's really about taking full ownership of your life and doing what it takes to improve not only your personal and professional growth, but your mental health, your emotional well-being, and your overall life satisfaction. There are so many areas that we could touch on as it relates to self-help, but today I really want to focus on the importance of holding ourselves accountable so that we can experience our life with good mental health and feeling joy as often as possible, right? Staying on the path of being able to achieve our goals, our dreams, and our desires. And self-help is super crucial because this is what allows us to develop a practice of not only self-awareness, but also accountability, two things that we need in order to become the best version of ourselves. And we know when we have a practice of self-help, it really allows us to identify the areas in our life that need improvement and then take actionable steps towards those changes, right? It's one thing to know, and it's entirely different to know how and then to do. So once you know what you have to do, you have to know how to do it and then do it so that you can experience the change and the rewards that come with change. And by doing so, this will lead to increased resilience. It'll offer you better coping strategies. And again, it's going to give you more life satisfaction and more fulfillment in your life, because when you are taking care of yourself, you feel better. And when you feel better, you show up better. And when you show up better, you do better. And then when you do better, you experience better. Not only as it relates to maybe attracting good things in your life, but just feeling good within self, right? Having a healthy mind, feeling safe and comfortable in your body, being able to easily fall asleep at night, not carrying the weight of the world on your back, not feeling bogged down by stress every day, right? Truly feeling good, which every single person listening, you deserve to feel good. You are worthy of feeling good, and it is your responsibility to feeling good. And that is why self-help is so empowering, because it's about reclaiming power over your life and saying, I am in charge of my life. I am in charge of my mind. I am in charge of how I feel, and I am willing and I am capable of doing something to improve the way I feel and changing my life and placing myself in the direction I want to go. How exciting does that sound? Just saying it makes me feel alive. It's so empowering to be the one in charge of your life, as opposed to going through life blaming people, places, and things and waiting for someone else to take care of you. It's no one's responsibility to take care of you. It is your responsibility to take care of you. And it's a very rewarding practice when you take care of yourself. So here are some simple ways to apply self-help practices. I'm a big fan of self-reflection. This is really, really good because this allows you to assess, where are you in your life? What areas do you need to change? How do you want to change? How do you want to feel, right? What patterns are you showing up with? What habits are you still in? So have that moment of honesty with yourself where you're checking in, you're practicing self-reflection, and you can do this by journaling. This is a really good tool for this. Simply write down your thoughts, your feelings, and the areas where you feel stuck. This will allow you to really have an objective view on how you need to change or how you would like to change. And then setting clear goals. This is super, super important. I'm a big fan of SMART goals. So that is, make your goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. So let's say you are a person who wants to decrease your stress. An example of a SMART goal would be, I am committed to going on 2 walks this week for 15 minutes, right? You see what we did there? It's you name 2 walks, 15 minutes. So it's measurable, it's specific, and it's timely. You can get that done in a week. And if you set SMART goals and then you do the SMART goal, meaning you get it done, you are going to feel so good about yourself. There's something very powerful that happens when we say we are going to do something for ourselves and then we do it. We feel amazing. It is one of the greatest feelings. No matter how big or small the goal is, that's irrelevant. It's not about having small goals or big goals. It's about having goals and then accomplishing those goals, setting yourself up for success and not stress. Setting yourself up for success and not stress. That is super important. And then seeking knowledge. So this one always makes my heart feel a certain type of way because it brings me back to when I was 24 years old. I felt so lost, so broken, so confused. Depression and anxiety had the best of me. And I was introduced to a book, Untethered Soul, by Michael Singer. I talk about it all the time because it's really what changed my life. But I remember reading that book and I was just so amazed at what the author was saying and the knowledge that I was gaining. And it really hit home for me. It really resonated. And not only that, but it actually ignited this fire inside of me that I wanted to learn more. I wanted to understand why I was the way I was, why humans are the way they are, right? Like, how do we become who we become? What's it all about? And so that really put me on the path of learning so much. I would read self-help book after self-help book. I would spend, full disclosure, hours on YouTubing all kinds of different things about the brain, about the body, about the nervous system. I mean, you name it, I was YouTubing it. And I filled myself up with knowledge. But what's really cool is not only did I fill myself up with knowledge, but I started to apply the things that I was learning through these authors and through these YouTube shares. Like, once you start to learn knowledge, you have to apply it if you want to experience change. And so my invitation to you would be read self-help books, listen to podcasts, even attend workshops if you have an opportunity to do. This will not only give you new insights, but it offers you new perspectives and tools, and it is invigorating. It's literally life-changing. And then practice mindfulness. So again, I was introduced to mindfulness more than a decade ago, and this practice really changed my life because I was that person who all I did was dwell on my past and worry about my future. In fact, I didn't know there was another way of living. I thought that's just what we all did. And then I discovered mindfulness and I realized that we only have the now, the present moment, the only time we have. I can't change the past, just like you can't change the past. And we really can't predict the future. But what we can do is show up our best now, practice self-help now, and by doing so, it puts us on the path of probably having an amazing future because we're taking care of ourselves today. And if we take care of ourselves today, we're more likely to have a better tomorrow. And so those are just some simple ways to apply self-help. And then easy tools, right? Like the coping tools are key. So these are things that you can do either daily, weekly. You get to discover what works for you, right? I can't be the one to tell you what you have to do. You have to figure that part out. So I'm just offering you some tools that I've used in my own life, and I've used them with clients and I've seen amazing results. So journaling, if you spend a few minutes every day journaling and reflecting on your thoughts and feelings, this can really clarify your emotions. It can help bring clarity to your thoughts. And it can even help you identify certain patterns that maybe you need to work on, whether it's the pattern of avoidance, the pattern of perfectionism, of overachieving. Figure that out, right? That's a really good tool, journaling. And then affirmations, one of my all-time favorites. So if you create an affirmation or a few that really resonate with you, such as, I am good enough, I am worthy, I can do hard things, I am open to receive, whatever they are, come up with a few of them and repeat them daily. This will absolutely boost your self-esteem, boost your confidence. It can improve your mood. It can help you overcome parts of anxiety and depression. And it really can help reinforce your goals because you're cultivating that new mindset by using the practice of affirmations. This is a beautiful technique that falls under self-help. And then vision boards. I think vision boards are really fun. I'm not doing them really anymore in my life. I use the practice of visualization in my mind, but I don't actually create vision boards anymore. But I used to do them all the time and I love them and I swear by them. They really help. So you could do this by getting fun images, right? Whether it's through magazines, the internet, finding words that represent or mean something to you and really putting them on a big piece of paper or even on your refrigerator, whatever makes sense. But creating that vision board, something that you can see every day that's going to inspire you and really want to motivate you to stay on the path of self-help. That is an amazing technique and it can be really fun. And then time management. This I want to talk about because a lot of times the reason we feel like we're not getting better is because we don't have time. And that is a big fat lie. We always have time, especially if you have social media. I don't want to hear one person with social media tell me they don't have time, because we all are going on Instagram. We're scrolling, whether it's for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, sometimes 50 minutes. Like, we have time. It's all about how you use your time. And so when you care about the way you feel, you will find time to do the things that are going to help you. But the first step is you have to know you are worthy of feeling better. Step one, you are worthy of feeling better. Claim it, affirm it, believe it every single moment of every day. You are worthy of feeling better. Then two, you have to do something about it. You have to care. If you know you're worthy of feeling better, then you have to actually care about the way you feel. And when you care about something, you usually do it. We all do. When we care about things, we do it. So if you start to care about yourself, you are going to find time for yourself. It's more important to show up for yourself 5 minutes every day than it is to skip showing up for yourself and then show up for yourself 1 hour once a month. Like, don't be that person who neglects your needs every day and then you're like, well, I got a massage this month, so I'm good. Or I went on a walk, or I went to the gym, or I did Pilates. Like, yes, that's amazing. But to show up for yourself 1 hour out of the month, I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. But imagine how good you would feel if you showed up 5 minutes for yourself every day, 10 minutes, right? What I've learned is that when you show up for yourself little by little, a little becomes a lot, and then you start to crave it, and then it's like a non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable. I know there was a time in my life where I made excuse after excuse as to why I couldn't work out, why I couldn't this, why I couldn't that. And it always came down to I don't have enough time. I'm too busy with work. I'm too busy with this. I have to do laundry. I mean, you name it. I had a reason why I couldn't do it. And then I started making these little segments of time where I would show up for myself, right? Go on a walk for 20 minutes, jump on the elliptical for 15. I did that for a little. Then I would do it a little bit more, a little bit more. Now it's a non-negotiable. There are certain things in my life that are just non-negotiable. Like, I'm going to the gym probably 5 times out of the week. Sometimes I make it every day, but like at least 5 I'm going. It's a non-negotiable, right? There's certain things that are just must. Meditation, it's a must. Like, there's certain things that are must. So I'm not here to tell you what should be your must or your non-negotiables, but I am here to encourage you and to invite you and hopefully inspire you to want to take care of yourself, because you are so worthy of feeling good. You are worthy of feeling good. And then gratitude. So gratitude is medicine, and it happens to be free medicine that you have access to any time of the day, and it will literally change your life. So you could either keep a gratitude journal or just say your gratitudes out loud. It doesn't matter, but name what you're grateful for every day, at least 3 to 5 things. When you do this, it will absolutely shift your focus from what's lacking to what you have. And that's a beautiful place to be. When we are truly in the space of gratitude, it feels so good, as opposed to going through our days, pointing out what we're not and what we don't have. That's not a place to live. And then when it relates to self-help, you could even have an accountability partner. So maybe ask a friend or a family member, somebody who wants to join in with you on certain goals. Maybe it's like, hey, ask your mom or your sister, your brother or your friend or your colleague, do you want to commit to drinking, less caffeine and more water? Do you want to go on a walk with me after work? Do you want to read this book with me and we can get together, even if it's for 15 minutes every other week just to talk about the book? It doesn't matter what it is, but sometimes having a buddy to do things with us is really helpful. But I do want to say it's important that we don't rely on that buddy fully, because that buddy is a human. And when we're humans, we know things come up unexpectedly. So you don't want to be fully reliant on someone else, because then that can take you off your own path. You want to make sure that no matter what, you are holding yourself accountable. So let's say someone commits to being your buddy, but then, and you guys are supposed to go on a walk after work, and then she's like, hey, I'm actually not feeling up to it. You don't now want to skip out on the walk. You have to still show up and hold yourself accountable to go on that walk, even if she doesn't go with you. So that's a really, really big thing to say. And it's even more important as it relates to people who, let's say, are going to support groups for mental health or recovery. If you have a buddy who committed to go, let's say, to an AA meeting with you and now he cancels, don't skip the meeting. If the meeting is what you need, show up, right? Self-help is about self-honesty and about showing up for yourself. So Here's to showing up for yourself. Here's to claiming that you are worth it every single day. And here's to holding yourself accountable, understanding holding yourself accountable will lead to everything you dream and desire. Until the next time, I love you all so much. Thanks for being here with me today. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you found today's episode to be insightful and inspiring, drop me a review so together we can help the next person, and come connect with me on social at Stephanie Robilio and find all of my books on Amazon. Until the next episode, stay mindful and always remember the power that lives inside of you.